Hello. For all of you who don't know me, my name is Brittany, and I am here to talk to you about something that is very near and dear to my heart: happiness. We all have something that makes us happy, whether that be watching a movie, dancing, or just hanging out with our friends and family. Everyone has experienced some form of happiness. For me personally, I am happy dancing around my room at 2 a.m. surrounded by my friends. It doesn't matter how badly I dance or that I don't know all of the words to the song that's being played, because the people who are around me accept me for me. A few years ago, before I came to Appleby, I attended a very small school that had approximately 150 kids, so I knew everyone. My idea of being happy was playing foursquare at recess. Looking back, I realized that my happiness would end when the whistle was blown to say that classes were starting again. I realized that my happiness was not permanent. It would last during recess, but when classes would start again, I was anything but excited. This caused me to think about the true meaning of happiness and what makes me happy. Since the school I used to attend was so small, I had the same kids in my class for 8 years. People can change a lot in that time. People who I was close with when I was in preschool slowly drifted apart. Everyone was changing and looking forward to leaving that school. But I was really nervous because by the end of grade 6, the reality struck me that because everyone knew me so well, I had not gotten a chance to know myself. Everyone would tell me that I was just like I was in grade 2, that I hadn't changed a lot as I gotten older. I realized that I was forcing myself to try and stay the same for as long as possible to fit in with other people around me in my class. I realized that I was not actually happy playing foursquare at recess or running down a muddy hill because everyone else thought it was fun. I was sacrificing my own happiness for no reason, so I decided to change that. In my last months in grade 6, I became the person I wanted to be, not what other people thought I should be. Starting grade 7 at Appleby was a great thing for me for 2 reasons. Firstly, I was still trying to find out who I was, and now I would not be compared to my younger self. And secondly, I had a growing maturity that allowed me to have the courage to face so many fears that I had. When I was growing up, I hated speaking in front of people. So when the time came around in grade 7 to pick my club, I, for some insane reason, chose MUN. I still don't know why I chose to do the scariest thing imaginable to me at the time, for fun, or if it was just because all my friends were doing it. However, it has become one of my favorite experiences yet. I realized that a fear I had for so long that took opportunities away from me was not that terrifying after all. All of us hit difficult points in our lives, but don't worry because none of that will last forever. I went through a time in M1 where I thought I was too stupid to do literally anything. It was difficult trying to convince myself that I should continue challenging myself because I thought there was no way I could be as good as other people. I thought that no one cared and that I was doomed to fail at life. And I admit I have always been a tiny bit overdramatic. I'm now happy to say that I was wrong. I learned that I needed to stop comparing myself to the people around me who got the best marks in my class. Comparing a mark on something that I was proud of and then finding out that someone did better than me was a horrible thing to feel. I soon after learned that it didn't matter what everyone else was doing because I could consider an 85 good when someone else could think of it as bad. Everyone's opinions are different, and a lot of them you probably won't agree with. But placing your happiness in someone else's control by comparing yourself to them is never a good idea. Whether it be grades, looks, money, or anything else, do not do it because it will not make you happier, and it gives people control over you. Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them, and most of them stink. Luckily, I have made some amazing friends who have been there for me and made sure I felt confident in everything I do. So thank you guys. Like I was saying, throughout Middle 1, I made some pretty amazing friends that brought me happiness when I was around them. If I got a bad mark or grade, Zeta would be there to cheer me up. Or if I lost in MUN, Alyssa would give me the prize food for that class. Or if I was just having a not so good day and I needed someone to laugh with, Em would have a funny moments video already playing on her phone. If I had zero hope left for literally anything in the entire world or thought that I should give up on my dreams, Susan would Skype me and we would talk for hours. That is when I realized that this is who I am. I'm the girl who will laugh at the joke long after it is told because I take forever to understand jokes. But hey, at least I'm laughing. I was the person who will talk with her friends all the time because they make me happy. I'm the girl whose dreams are too big because let's face it, unless dreams scare you, they aren't big enough. I'm the girl who loves acting on Broadway because that is when I can be creative and express who I am. I want to be a real-life superhero, not the kind who can save the world, but the kind that can make a person's day just a little bit better by bringing them happiness. By the end of M1, it was the first time ever that I did not want to go on summer vacation because I thought there was no way I could be away from my friends for that long. But I survived, and I spent the whole time reading, which is something else that makes me extremely happy. Starting M2, I was both nervous and excited because I was not sure if I would have any of my friends in my classes, or that I would like my teachers, or that one of my friends wouldn't be there. But I'm happy to say that everything turned out amazing. Walking into my home form on the first day put all of my fears to rest because I met Avery, who was sitting in the corner playing Candy Crush, because that made her happy. We were all sitting around the table talking about ourselves, and I heard about all the exciting things everyone spent their summer doing. I learned that Avery had just moved from China, and even though I have not lived anywhere but Burlington, I can imagine that was a hard move to make. I thought, I want to do something that will make her happy and show her what an amazing school we go to. So I smiled at her and asked her if she wanted to sit with my friends and me. I know what you're thinking, wow, original move. But hey, it worked. Even now the two of us say we became friends because I smiled. That is when I realized how powerful happiness was. It could create friendships and save lives. By asking someone who you don't know to sit with you, you give them a source of happiness, and you might even make a new friend. My friends and I believe that you should always smile or say hi or open a door for people. It is not a hard thing to do. As well as a simple smile can make someone else's day. Showing people that there is still happiness in the world does such good. For my middle one service day last year, I went to a senior home where I had an amazing time. I lost both of my grandmothers, so I never got to experience a relationship like that. But spending the day surrounded by so many happy people was amazing. The people there did not need to be on their phones or watching TV to be happy. Many of them told me that they were just happy talking to new people or listening to the piano. One man told me about how his wife always bought him special crossword books that fit into his pockets. I realized that I did not have to have my phone with me to be happy, or my laptop, or watching TV. From this experience, I learned that I'm most happy away from my electronics, baking and spending time with my family out for dinner or roasting marshmallows. I also learned that showing someone that you care by smiling can change the world to the positive. Like I said, I have found who I want to be as a person. I want to be remembered as the girl who always had a smile on her face and happiness following her. Surrounding yourself with people who make you feel happy with everything about yourself is the first step to everything. Even when you just want everything to stop for a second because you are stressed, you need to find someone who will say to you, it is okay, because it is okay to feel stressed and angry. But in time and with support, you learn to move on to a more positive state of mind. Now, all of this has been fine and well, but you're probably thinking, how do I get this happiness thing to last? Well, the answer to this is simple and difficult at the same time. The best way to do this is to accept who you are as a person, accept your flaws, and move on. I have accepted that I talk a lot, and that sometimes I can be a little ball of stress, but I accept that as an integral part of myself. The second way to do this is to make sure you have a good support system. Have people around you who want you to succeed, whether that be your friends, teachers, parents, uncles, aunts, grandparents, whoever it is, they always want the best for you. Quoting one of my favorite people, Albus Dumbledore, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. So things might not be going perfect for you right now, and you might feel sad. Just remember that everything you feel now is temporary. You will not remember a bad test mark in a few weeks or a fight you had with your friends. You will remember laughing with your friends because those are the times that mean the most to us. Those are the moments that we want to capture forever. Just remember, happiness is the journey to where you want to go, not the destination. I hope that all of you have your reasons to be happy. And remember, instead of searching for happiness, give it a chance and let it find you. Please stand to sing hymn 418.